What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of 100 Yards Football Sports Talk Radio. I'm your host and producer, Logan Landers. Help me out today talking about this NFL Week 10 matchup between the Denver Broncos and Kansas City Chiefs is Jay McLovin from the Elite Sports Entertainment Network. Jay, how you doing, man? This is going to be a 1 o'clock Eastern kickoff on CBS. Two opponents in the AFC West. Broncos, team's kind of surprising some people this year. Currently coming into this matchup 5-4. And to quote the great Ric Flair, right? To be the man, you got to beat the man. And so far, no one has beat the man, that being Kansas City Chiefs. Undefeated, only team in the league right now with that perfect 8-0 record. Jay, how does Denver slay the Giants? Or should I say the Chiefs?
You know, they always say the game is of inches. And I will tell you this. I think we all know that when Baltimore's likely 1 inch of toe was on the white line, that's the only reason I think they're undefeated. I think that toe is 1 inch in the green, and I think we probably would have seen their first loss, to be honest.
Could have been.
But shoulda, coulda, woulda. It was 1 inch out, and therefore Kansas City keeps rolling, and they are rolling. Chiefs are 8-0, obviously. Broncos are 5-4. The Broncos are coming off a terrible ass whooping given to them by Baltimore. Frankly enough, was a team that was 1 inch away from beating KC. Just destroyed the Broncos. And that's probably one of the best defenses in the league, but yet couldn't contain, the Ravens. And now you're getting ready to go up against the Mahomes, which is another running style quarterback, and a very high octane, offense, and Kelsey and and Hunt and now DeAndre Hopkins and company. I mean, they're loaded, and don't mistake them on defense. They got a good defense as well. So they're stacking up over there, and Nix, has 1,750-ish yards, 8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That's the weakness right now in this team, and it's not Nix's fault because he is a developing guy. I mean, this is only year 1 for him, so he's developing, right? So I got it, and I'm sure Sean Payton is giving him some leeway. This is kind of a more prototypical Sean Payton quarterback. He's got that Drew Brees style of tenacity to him. Where we know Russell Wilson wasn't ever Sean Payton's type of quarterback, right? We knew that his days were numbered when Sean came there. So now it's going to be interesting to see the development of Bo Nix under Sean Payton, just like we saw the development of Drew Brees under Payton. So I'm curious to see where that goes with Bo Nix in terms of the Broncos defense. Mahomes, obviously the guy's closing in on 2,000 yards. 11 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. This is a very uncharacteristic version of Patrick Mahomes this season. I've never seen this guy with this many turnovers, interception to touchdown ratio. I've never seen this in him. And that's telling me, I don't know if he's slowing down. I don't know if he's just not seeing it right. I don't know if people are just cluing in on him better and playing him better. I mean, there's so many variables that go into that. But either way, Patrick Mahomes is struggling. I mean, really, and I will tell you, it's the cast members around him, especially on the defensive side of the ball, that are really helping him out a lot. Hunt is still battling that quad injury. He is limited in practice yesterday, so I'll be curious to see how he does today, which will then see if he's able to go against the Broncos on Sunday. So if you're playing fantasy football, be mindful of that designation as we go into the weekend. He is averaging 3.7 yards per carry at 414 yards total at 5 touchdowns. So he's not doing bad. I would like to see that yards per carry a little bit better than that. Let's be honest. I mean, they're probably counting down the days to when Pacheco is going to be ready to come off that IR. Which I think is going to be probably another 2 to 3 weeks. I think we're maybe around maybe weeks around week 12, maybe week 13 if you're playing fantasy. Especially I think he'll be back in time for the playoffs. How effective he'll be, that would be another question. But I do think he'll get him back in time for the playoffs. So then you look at the Broncos. Again, they were destroyed by Baltimore. They were negative 3 points in fantasy football league. If that tells you how bad it was. It's going to be interesting. 106 yards was given up to Derrick Henry in that game. The wide receivers were 5 catches, 128 yards per carry to Flowers. So they were clicking on all cylinders. If you know Lamar Jackson, they put up 4 touchdowns to Burrow's 3. So Lamar is clicking all cylinders. The defense is clicking on cylinders. Derrick Henry is definitely clicking on all cylinders. This is going to be So I should say that's why I think Denver's defense struggled the way they struggled, because they probably went up against probably the best offense, I think, right now in the NFL. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do probably against the second best offense in Kansas City. Mm-hmm. Will it be another drumming? Will they be competitive? I think if you're playing them in Fantasy Football League, I hope you got better options. This matchup is just not the best. But if you don't, you're just going to have to stick with it and ride it out, killers. Hopkins versus Tampa. He went 86 yards, 8 catches, 2 touchdowns. Very good day for him. Which is interesting to me. And I brought that up for a specific reason. Xavier Worthy only got 2 targets, no catches, no yards. Like, I don't know if he's being phased out, but they gave up a lot. I mean, a lot in the draft to get this guy. Only for them not to even use him barely at all. So I don't know. I mean, that whole Xavier Worthy thing, that just seems a weird vibe to me, because you would think that would be the next, wide receiver 1 guy coming up. But
so you drafted.
He's really not a Tyreek Hill for some reason.
Yeah, good point, man. It's who they drafted this past year.
So I would say
a lot of hype out of Texas.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Logan.
No, I'm just saying Worthy had a lot of hype coming out of Texas. You doing very well. I mean, he was a stud.
Yeah,
we just haven't seen it yet.
It was a good first game, and then it just kind of after that, it just I don't know. They just have not been able to really get him involved in any way, shape, or form. I don't know if he's just being covered that well, or if he's just not running his routes correctly, or if him and Mahomes just don't have chemistry. It could be any number of things, but whatever it is, it ain't translating well for Worthy this year. And it is what it is. I think this is going to be another rough game for Denver. I hate to say that. I think it's going to be 35-21 in favor of KC.
Yeah, I mean, if you would have told me that Patrick Mahomes was struggling this year and this team would still be undefeated, I'd say you're insane. But here we are, Jay. For the love of God, they're 8-0. Mahomes, like you said, just hasn't looked sharp this year. It's odd to say, but 11 touchdowns, that's tied with a bunch of other dudes for 10th in the league, and he's got 9 picks, Jay, which is pretty rough. I mean, all things considered, Jay, of the 78 total quarterbacks who have played a snap, basically, Mahomes is ranked 76 when it comes to interceptions. He's got 9. Only a few players have more interceptions, that being Baker Mayfield, Jordan Love, and Geno Smith. That's insane to say. He's been sacked 16 times, which, that's about middle of the road. Not great, not awful, just kind of ho-hum. But like you said, they're getting it done, so it don't matter. It don't matter. They're getting it done. They got a great team. Kelsey's been picking it up here lately. Rashee Rice has had a decent year. Like I said, Worthy's third on the team in terms of reception yardages, but he's only got 19 grabs. So they just find a way to win, Jay. I don't know what else to tell you. They just find a way to win. Their defense, I mean, you got a good unit in Karlaftis, Jones, Pennell, Tranquil, so on and so forth. They've got some good members there, 17 sacks as a team, and you've got 9 picks. So you're able to get some good work there. But, Jay, compared to Denver's got a stout defense. Oh, my God. Jay, 31 sacks on the year. Good God. No wonder they're 5-3. I mean, and also they're doing it without one of the best players who was hurt early in the year. But they're still just chugging along, man. They are looking good. When you look at this team, Bo Nix, obviously he's a rookie quarterback. He's seen some good games, some bad games, so on and so forth. He's a rookie. That's what you're going to get. But, I mean, they've found a way, Denver has, to have a winning record and compete, right? And this will be a huge game for them. All things considered, when you look at the standings right now, obviously Kansas City's up top, no surprise there. That's how it's been forever. But behind them, you have the Chargers who are 5-3 and the Broncos who are 5-4. So you're hoping, if you're Denver, if you can win this game, this would be a huge win. Meanwhile, for LA, their next game is going to be against the Tennessee Titans. Coming up on Sunday. Should be a game they should win. So you're going to be battling with LA there. But what's interesting, though, Jay, is it's going to be a good matchup, I feel, because you have a really good defense in Denver,
Yeah.
trying to get some good pressure on Mahomes. And I don't know if, he struggles this year. It's not going to be, oh, yeah, he'll just toss it 35 yards and there'll be a touchdown. It's whatever. We're not really seeing that magic. You know what I mean? You're not seeing it this year. You haven't seen it, but it's going to be the game. Who knows? But ultimately, though, Jay, they're undefeated. I'm going to roll with them. Give me Kansas City. Final score in this one, I'll go low scoring. I'll go lower NFL standards. I'll go final score 17 for KC, and I'll go 10 for Denver. Maybe a good matchup, but I don't see the Chiefs running this one away, though. I think it's going to be a good matchup, but I think Denver is going to have a good matchup. I think it'll be a good game, and I think the Chiefs will prevail. But if Denver wins, Jay, I don't think it would shock me a whole lot with just how good that defense has been playing here lately. So we'll see what happens. Like you said, that game against Baltimore, though, kind of left some sour taste in my mouth. They were looking just unbeatable on defense till that point. But we know Baltimore's got an absolutely amazing offense with Lamar and Derrick Henry, so on and so forth. But we'll see if they can combat the two-time Super Bowl champs back-to-back and going for a three-peat with Mahomes, Kelsey, and company. We'll see what happens on Sunday. Jay McLovin from the Elite Sports Entertainment Network. Appreciate you, my friend, coming on the show talking about this AFC West matchup here between the Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. Once again, if you guys want to check this game out, you can do so. That'll be at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on CBS this upcoming Sunday. As we get ready to put a bow on Week 10 of the NFL season, we're getting closer and closer towards the end, just over halfway point. So now it's the nitty gritty, Jay. If you've struggled, now you can get things turned around, and if you're looking red hot, you got to keep the momentum going. We'll see if Kansas City can improve their already best in the league record. Once again, for Jay McLovin, I've been your host and producer, Logan Landers. Guys, go check me and Jay out from the Elite Sports Entertainment Network. We do videos there every freaking week. We have some great stuff. And Jay, why don't you let the fans know who you got coming on the show this upcoming weekend? If you guys want to get some good new music in your playlist coming up for the fall.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you. Yeah, Saturday, Saturday, at 1 Eastern, 12 Central. Whew, I'm trying to remember them times. At 1 Eastern, 12 Central, we will have recording artist Delta Circle from Muzzle Records on the show. You're going to like them. You can find them on deltacirclemusic.com. All their stuff is out there. They got videos out there. They got songs out there. All their stuff's on. And I also have the Delta Circle on Facebook. They're all over the place. So Check us out at Elite Sports and Entertainment Network. It's going to be on the Whiskey Hour. And again, it's 1 p.m. Eastern, and I think you're going to really enjoy Delta Circle. They're a country/southern rock style of band, and got some good stuff.
Yeah, and like Jay said, they just came out with a new album not too long ago called Someone Else's Story. You can stream it on all platforms, and it's a good listen. Like I said, it's only 25 minutes, so it's a nice, easy listen to, and they got some good guitar licks in there, Jay. I will say they bring the heat. I will say so. Once again, check that out over at the Elite Sports Entertainment Network. Link is in the description. But for 100 Yards Football, like, comment, share, subscribe, Facebook and YouTube. And until next time, we'll talk to you on another live episode.